Welcome, and thank you for attending my Pecha Kucha presentation, Thrive. My story is about how positive psychology has given us a knowledge base and a greater understanding of how to maximize our full potential. When I first heard the words Pecha Kucha, the first thing that entered my mind was Machu Picchu. Why? I have absolutely no idea. But I can tell you that it's because we all are very unique and we all have very different mindsets. The uniqueness of our individuality is we have all different perceptions and we all have different perspectives, and these are very two different things. Perception is what we absorb through our environment, and it is taken in, we absorb it, it's filtered through our heads and through our belief systems and our value systems, and it comes out as our perspective. Now, our perspective is, and we do this because we all have different thought processes, and our perspective is seen through the lens very differently. We take information and we interpret it very differently than others do. Our self-image, our self-perception, our self-concepts, these are things that are ingrained in us during our youth, and it really shapes who we are today. And today is a very different world when it was when 30, 20, even 10 years ago. And our world now is very flattened, there's heightened competition, and the speed of information is immense. We need to now to change our behaviors to keep up with today's change in today's times. So we need to find a recipe for our own success, and that can sometimes be problematic. Change is very painful for many individuals. Success really depends on changing our behaviors to meet the challenges that we face today. Furthermore, our brain sees change as a threat, and that's why we hang on to different habits and mindsets. And also, and again, the problems evolve. And what happens is we create an epidemic for ourselves. The CDC claims that 1 in 10 of Americans are really affected by depression. And depression is due to the challenges that we face today. The scary part about that is antidepressant usage greatest amongst preschool children. And that's a real scary thought. How do we turn this around? Psychology has dealt with the disease model for many, many years. In 1998, positive psychology was born, and that deals with individuals above the line of normalcy, enhancing our potential and reaching success. And it really deals with three concerns. It deals with positive emotion, it deals with individual traits and strengths, and it deals with positive institutions. Really, how to be happy and how we gain happiness. It also posits that there are 3 very happy lives that we can lead. And this is focusing on strengths versus focusing on weaknesses. The science itself is evolving very rapidly. Theorists claim that there are 5 ingredients to leading total life satisfaction: positive emotions, engagement, positive relationship, meaningfulness, and accomplishments. Now, these are ingredients to total life satisfaction, but you don't necessarily have to have them all to lead happy lives. And those happy lives are a pleasurable life, a good life, and a meaningful life. And each of these lives may have some of those components and not all of them. So it doesn't mean your life is a total mess if you don't have them. The pleasurable life is actually something of a high degree of social interaction. It is positive emotions. Think of the Hollywood lifestyle. Problem with the pleasurable life is there's 3 drawbacks. It is 80% heritable. That means that there's only 15 to 20% of intervention strategies that can happen to develop into flourishing. Also, it habituates very quickly, and that can lead to addictive behaviors. Flow are individuals that lead a good life. So you don't necessarily have to have positive emotions to have flow. And what this flow is actually something that psychologists will define as being able and capable to really focus in on the moment. Subdue your emotions and just have time stop for you. The meaningful life is probably the most sustainable life of them all, and has the greatest weight with the brain, and you have the ability to it's altruism. It is behaviors that is a greater cause than your own self, and this has the most weight to it. All three of these lives together make total life satisfaction, and that can be assimilated very closely to Maslow's self-actualization. So total life satisfaction is the meaningful life, the good life, and the pleasurable life together, with the meaningful life having the most weight. Good life is very close behind, and the pleasurable life is almost like that cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. Now, there are different ways that we learn these things, and the key to positive psychology and different development and intervention strategies is focusing on self-awareness, focusing on one's own character strengths, and also the locus of control. Where do we make our decisions? Are they externally or are they internally? And self-awareness is really knowing the self. Character strengths, of course, are what can you do the best and focus on it. We learn these things through multisensory perception, our senses, and the environment. We also learn them through spaced repetition and affirmations and application. So these are the different techniques that positive psychology uses to enhance people's lives. And once we are very aware, and studies show that if we are very aware of ourselves and we use these development and intervention strategies to increase our self-awareness and understand our strengths and know where we make decisions from, we have an increase in productivity and overall performance. Most people focus today on their challenges, their weaknesses. Life is very short. We need to shift our focus. VME.org, that's Virtues in Action, will allow you to take a personalized approach in finding out what your strengths are, so then you can shift your focus from what's wrong to what's strong. And as Abraham Lincoln once said, most folks are as happy as they make their minds up to be. So it's up to you to really make that decision, to change your life around, and to try and reach your maximum potential and thrive. Thank you.